Wakey, wakey. So, when did you wake up? When did you realize that what's going on in our country is a psychological operation? It took me a long time. I didn't realize something was really wrong until my corporate employer was requiring the jibber jabber. And we all know that what that's referring to, the C19 so-called vaccination, which now, after being, that's about almost 6 years ago now, 5.5, maybe a little bit less. When my employer started requiring it for employment, I knew something was very wrong. Our country stands for freedom. Any country that takes away freedoms due to emergencies can create future emergencies to remove freedoms. And then before you know it, you don't have any. So, when did you wake up? Once I realized that there was something wrong, I started looking around and I started inspecting and everything going on and pulling it apart, really looking beneath the cover story. And what I found is that anywhere you look, you can start seeing the psychological operation versus the truth. Like, why were there so many people that were silenced just because they were presenting a view that was different from the standardized governmental storyline? This is America. Why can't we talk about an issue and have opposing viewpoints in a calm and clear structure? Why? Well, because it was not designed to allow us to do that. We were being controlled and shuttled into a certain point of view, because if they can control the concepts that you entertain, they can control behavior. The first step in controlling behavior is in the belief systems and the principles, and they weaponized our care and our love and affection for our family and our friends. They weaponized it by saying, if you don't do this, then you're killing grandma. If you don't do this, you're killing other people. Ridiculous. And did you notice how there was no flu? The flu numbers just went away. Kind of interesting. All these other kinds of things, like somebody comes into the hospital with a gunshot wound, but they test positive for COVID, and then on the death certificate, let's say they die of that, on the death certificate, COVID is listed as the cause of death. Isn't there something wrong with that? Yeah, there is. A lot of people just swept it under the rug, just pushed it aside. They probably had the thought, but then didn't hold on to it for long or think too deeply on it. But it's time to wake up. We have to rise up. Christ consciousness is coming back. But in order to receive it, we have to wake up from the dream, from the illusion, from the control system grid that we're living within. I know this has sounded crazy, but it's not sounding crazy anymore, is it? And 5.5 years in, how many people have lost loved ones? How many people have died as a result of what's inside of that jibber jabber putting into your bloodstream, all the heavy metals, all the viruses that are in there. Why are they in there? Why is there a ton of heavy metals in there? You have to ask yourself all these questions. You know, for years people said vaccinations caused autism, and the medical establishment kind of shrugged that off and told us we were ridiculous. But as it turns out, it's true. And a lot of us knew it all along. So, time to wake up, everybody. We have to wake up so that we can get out of this. We have to wake up so that we can stop it. We are multidimensional beings being suppressed and controlled for someone else's agenda, because we are a workforce. We generate energy. These entities, these forces, live off of that loosh of fear and despair and panic. So this is the truth. This is what's happening. This is part of it. And it's so multifaceted. But anyway, wake up. The time is now. Wake up.